Warner Brothers cancels Wonder Woman game and shuts down Multiversus dev and more. Dude, it's just been a disaster for Warner Brothers. They need to figure their out. That's where I'm unbelievable. James Stroughton over at The Gamer. Warner Brothers Games just announced that Wonder Woman has been canceled, while developer Monolith Productions has been shuttered after 31 years. Michael, 31 years. You can't figure out what you're doing over there, Warner Brothers, to keep this company going? Come on. Dude, I'm exhausted from all this crap lately. It's one company after another shutting down. After 31 years, this company shouldn't be going anywhere. Nope. This is poor management on Warner Brothers. The studio was renowned for its iconic games like Fear, Blood Condemned, and the Middle Earth duology, he calls it. Fair enough. And even creating the Nemesis system, which is now just gone forever. Just Wonder Woman was using the Nemesis system. They were the only ones to use the Nemesis system. Dude, it's been dormant since Middle Earth. Why haven't anybody else? Okay, first of all, why isn't anybody else at Warner Brothers used it? Warner Brothers patented, if you don't know, the Nemesis system. They've just killed it. Absolutely killed off the system. Ridiculous. Absurd. I am frustrated, to say the least, if you haven't picked up on it. Wonder Woman was first announced in 2021 during the Game Awards, but details have been scant ever since, with only a brief CG teasers. Most information was gleaned from leaks and job listings, which led to conflicting reports about the project having live service elements. Welcome to Suicide Squad. That killed that game too. Bloomberg's Jason Schreier reported earlier this month that the project had thus far cost Warner Brothers over $100 million and didn't have much to show for it, even being rebooted last year. Changing hands over and over and over, right? Had it continued development, he claimed that it was years away from release. Unbelievable. Warner Brothers' full statement is this. Warner Brothers San Diego and First Player Games, the two developers behind the Smash Bros. Style brawler, Multiversus, has been closed down. Michael, we called this, dude. We knew Multiversus wasn't going to go. It came out strong and then instantly died. And then they took it off and then they relaunched it, and that hasn't worked at all. Quote, "We have had to make some very difficult decisions to structure our development studios and investments around building them." Then East Games? Possible? Dude, I'm just, what's here? With our key franchises, Harry Potter, this is what they're doing. They're working on Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, DC, and Game of Thrones. Everything else is at the window. Nothing else matters, right? After careful consideration, we are closing 3 of our development studios, Monolith Productions, First Player Games, and Warner Brothers Games San Diego. This is a strategic change in direction and not a reflection of the teams or the talent that consists within them. The development of Monolith's Wonder Woman video game will not move forward. Our hope was to give players and fans the highest quality experience possible for the iconic character, and unfortunately this is no longer possible within our strategic priorities. This is another tough decision as we recognize Monolith's storied history of delivering epic fan experiences through amazing games. We greatly admire the passion of the 3 teams and thank every employee for their contributions. As difficult as today is, we remain focused on and excited about getting back to producing high-quality games for our passionate fans and developed by our world-class studios, and getting our games business back to profitability and growth in 2025 and beyond. And quote, there's no numbers yet as to find out how many people have been laid off. But dude, that's 3 studios. One's been around for 31 years. Warner Brothers, figure it out. What a joke. I feel horrible for the people affected by this. I am frustrated with our industry. I am just beside myself today, Michael.
Yeah, I mean, this is... Warner Brothers really feels like racing Ubisoft for like worst gaming company of the last few years in terms of how they've handled everything. And yeah, today basically really seals the cake. I mean, you and I talked about it a while ago. It didn't really feel like the Wonder Woman game was going to come out, right? Especially when you reboot it 4 years into development and we still haven't seen anything on it. So I wasn't the most surprised when it got announced, but how do you bundle how do you just completely mess up the Nemesis system? How do you mess up a studio through 31 years of game development? Like, just how do you pull that off, Warner Brothers? And they keep saying, all right, well, we're going to refocus on our core 4 pillars, right? I feel like we have talked about these 4 pillars like 5 times on the show, Drew. We have nothing to show for it, right? Mortal Kombat, they're like Call of Duty, right? They're going to get a game every 2 years or something like that. It's just, people are going to buy it if they like it, right? I don't think there's going to be a Mortal Kombat game that draws in someone like me. We have nothing on Hogwarts Legacy 2 for Harry Potter. Where's that at? That should have been in the pipeline a while ago. We just canceled the DC game. We're talking about Batman. Is there anything else in there? And then this generic Game of Thrones, which I think we saw a trailer for Game of Thrones games at one of the shows, but again, it's not like this is a consistent game franchise, right? Yes, it was a hit show. It's a hit book. It hasn't hit the video game stores yet, so they're really focusing on a franchise that should have had a sequel a while ago in Harry Potter, the Call of Duty fighting games, and then 2 pillars that haven't had a successful game in a decade plus. Yeah, this is just... Warner Brothers is just ridiculous, Drew, and unfortunately it feels like any studio that kind of like put themselves in this boat and was like, all right, we're partnering with Warner Brothers. We feel good. I don't think you're feeling good right now, and I think you're looking for a way out because it doesn't feel like they want to focus on the games that are actually hitting with the fans.
Yeah, I'm beside myself, as I said, right? I feel like Warner Brothers is the Embracer Group of 2025 after pulling this, right? Like, that's just ridiculous. I got nothing left to say, Michael. We're moving on to the next topic.